Right,
now it's working.
Now we're live and you can hear us. Oh my God. I know, right? And look, you can see the patch of alopecia as well. I normally hide that. Never mind. Just one of the health concerns that I have to deal with. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to an ad hoc special from us here at the Losers Club.
What a stressful life.
It's going stressful today, isn't it? There was an email sent out this morning, or messages that went out this morning from Slimming World talking about the 2026 changes. Now, I got a text message from the Empress, Jane Day.
Yeah.
Bow down and reveal the alopecia.
Yes.
Earlier on today, in fact, talking about the changes and making me aware of them. And I read it, and I was going to tell Ruffus, but then we had appointments today. You can tell I'm not prepared to go live.
Oh.
I've got my bald patch on show.
It's been a day.
My alopecia's on show. My hair's looking a right mess. But anyway, it is what it is. This is beyond authentic. If we can't be authentic with all of you, then where can we? Anyhow, so Jane sent that. And so I read through it and went,
wow. Absolutely wow.
Not happy with that. And then we filmed, didn't we, your live reaction. So we filmed that just now. I will still edit it and get it up on the channel. But a lot of you on the Losers Club sent messages saying, can you please go live and explain it? I have seen a couple of other people try and explain it. So we thought we'd step in because I am very angry. Very, very, oh, sounded Welsh then. Very, very angry. That's from my great grandmother or whatever she was. Great whoever. My nanny. Very angry. She used to get very angry. She was a Welsh show. She was from Swansea, you see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she lost most of her accent until she got very angry.
She was from
Abergavenny.
Yeah, there.
No, she wasn't. She was from Swansea. But anyway.
Not far.
No, good evening too. We've got some people in the live chat. Let's make sure I've got the Slimming World chat up and running. It looks like I have. I don't know where that is though. As always, it never wants to work fully, does it?
No.
Technology is not my friend at times. Hang on a second. There we go. Bring that one up on screen. And that one. And I don't know where that's gone. So we'll just delete that and start again. Right. Good evening to Neil. Good evening to Shelley Ann. Good evening to Kylie Osborne. Good evening to Karen Fraser. Hopefully you can all hear me now. Good evening to Ed. Good evening, Lynn. Good evening. You suffer alopecia really bad, Lynn. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks, doesn't it? I have, what is it? It's alopecia in that
Polaris something.
Something else, yeah, which basically means my hair creates my scalp creates scar tissue,
yeah.
Which is lovely. Leslie, good evening to you. Susie B, good evening to you. Deborah Shy Violet, good evening to you. I think I've said good evening to everyone that is joining us so far. But yes, hello. Slimming World has done a huge monumental update. And we have thoughts. Now, if you haven't seen it, I will read it through in just a second. Let me just get this added in here. I will read it through, and I wonder if I can bring it up on screen, actually. I might be able to. Shall I try doing that as well? Good evening. Hello from Birmingham, says Deborah Shy Violet. Let's bring your thingy right to there. Right then, there we go. Comments are on screen. Everything is just all of this stuff. See, we weren't ready to stream at all, were we? So
just cooked dinner.
We did just cook dinner. Let me see if I can find on here which hot off the press. There we go. I can. So then let's make this a little. Oh gosh, one second. Sorry everybody. Let me just bring this and make this a little bit smaller. I don't know why it's doing that, but it doesn't want to work. Nothing wants to work today, does it? If not, I can just read it out. That's not a major problem. Hot off the press. There we go. Now I've got it working. Here we go. So I will put it in the center of the page. Let me remove the chat link for a second. There we go. So this is what the website says. It says, hot off the press, Slimming World's exciting 2026 updates revealed. It says, at Slimming World, we've always believed that real support, sustainable habit change and a plan that fits your life are the secret ingredients to lasting success. And now, as we head into 2026, do you think this got leaked before they were ready? We're buzzing to share something new, an exciting update that builds on everything you already love with even more ways to help you feel amazing. The corporate bollocks bile is already building up in me. I can feel it. With so much chatter out there about weight loss, we're cutting through the noise. That's really interesting terminology, because we all know that one of the things that Manjaro is designed to do is cut through the food noise. Interesting wording, Slimming World. We're cutting through the noise and helping more people than ever discover just how life-changing Slimming World can be. It's still us, only with a few brilliant new twists to make your journey even more empowering. Then there's a picture of an avocado. And it says, hang on one second. Let me find, where's that blooming, I can't even see what is now on screen, to be honest with you. There we go. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you all to be able to read a little bit clearer. There we go. I should be able to do that. And then do that. And then bear with. Sorry, everybody. You can tell this was an ad hoc. We weren't prepared for this today. Come on. Why can't I make this bigger? I should be able to make this bigger. No, it doesn't want to do it now. Stupid blooming computers. Computers are the bane of my existence. Right, okay, well, we'll just put that back there. It says, food optimizing gets even tastier. You'll be glad to know, through following a thorough review, food optimizing is still the most generous, healthy eating plan out there. Our New Year updates make it even more appealing and easy to follow. We're adding more flexibility and variety to your week with a new healthy fats choice in our healthy extras. So basically what this means is you're now going to get, instead of a healthy extra A, B and C, you're going to get a healthy extra calcium choice, healthy extra fiber choice, and a healthy extra fat choice. So the way it reads, you get 3 choices, but they're doing away with A and B. Now, it doesn't say whether we can still have 2 healthy A's for our milk and 1 healthy B, or whether we have to have 1 of each category. Because if they say 1 of each category, I'll be mightily pissed off, because I like my oat milk for my coffees.
Yeah. And then
so
some later if you want, for whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't really want to have to use my all of my healthy extras as everything else. Thank you very much. I really would much prefer that it be, whatever. Good evening, Dormouse. Good evening, Emma. Good evening, Deborah. I hope you and Grumpy had a good time on his birthday today, Dormouse. Happy birthday to Grumpy. In fact, we've got a happy birthday. So yeah, that's basically what's changing with the healthy extras.
Look. But anyone fancy avocado on toast with poached egg on top?
Or without using any sins.
Even though, well,
this is because health experts have been saying for a long time that we need some healthy fats in our diet, whether it's omega-3 that we get from fish. We eat a lot of fish. We get that healthy fat. Or whether it's from avocado or nuts. And even things like chia seeds and things, flax seeds.
It's making
have got those
sure
healthy
as well
oils
you're
in.
having enough protein as well, because a lot of those are protein stuff.
A lot of them are linked with the proteins, yeah. And then the thing that made me wet myself almost this morning, it wasn't just the bladder cancer treatment, it was this. Introducing SWIPS.
It's very catchy, isn't it?
SWIPS. It sounds like, those flash super mop things. Weren't they called Swiffers at one point?
Yes.
It sounds like a Swiffer. But we've now got SWIPS, everybody. Are you ready? SWIPS. It's going to roll off your tongue. How many SWIPS have you had today?
It says these will replace sins as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So sins, apparently everybody got their bee in a bonnet, their knickers in a twist, because sins makes you think of good food, bad food, sins, 10 deadly sins, all of that stuff. That's what it made you think of, apparently. And so because of that, they've done away with it. They're still exactly the same thing. They're just now, instead of calling them sins, we're going to call them SWIPS. And it stands for Slimming World's Individual Picks. Obviously, points was copyrighted by Weight Watchers. Because you know full well, if Weight Watchers had disappeared, they would have just been called points.
Yeah.
SWIPS.
Definitely. I think that they would have done.
If people laugh at Slimming World for having sins with a Y, and if that is the butt of all the jokes, oh, food is sinned, why the hell are they creating some stupid
SWIPS. That
SWIPS.
sounds. It does sound to me. It sounds worse.
Do you think it sounds like
Than
something you'd say to
sins.
kids? Like if you don't want to use a naughty word or something, do you need a SWIP? Do you need a SWIP? Do you need to go for a SWIP? Let me know if you need a SWIP. What's a SWIP? Wow. It's when you have a wee and a poo at the same time. It's a special wee and in poo. With
It just
special
makes
wee.
me wonder who's picked this bloody name, because
It's bonkers, isn't it?
it doesn't even sound any better than
It
sins.
sounds worse than sins.
Sins. It does.
It makes us. It's an infantile word for what is basically points that we can use to add additional calories to our diet. I can understand, because we said they should call them extras. I understand why
Just
they're not calling
extras,
them
yeah.
extras, because that's extra calories. I can understand why they're not calling them healthy picks or something like that, because you can use your sins or your SWIPs to have a whole bar of chocolate. That isn't a healthy add-on. But SWIPs. Anyway, it says basically, we know some people felt that sins labelled those higher calorie foods as bad. And for some of them, it was a barrier to joining a group.
And do you know,
Bollocks. I think that is bollocks, absolute bollocks.
the reason they think that is because if you look on YouTube and you look about the bad things people say about Slimming World, the first thing anybody on there will say, sins? What? So if I have an avocado that costs me like 10 sins, wow, I shouldn't eat that. That's really high for the amount of sins that they may allocate you. So each one sin is 20 calories. Oh, wow, that's too many. I don't want to use all my sins up on that one avocado.
But the thing is, any healthy eating plan will have food you can have and foods that you can't.
Yeah.
So food that is unlimited or food that is free or whatever you want to call it, less points, and food that has a limit.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it, us slimmers are going to refer to, I can have this cup of free food, pointless food, SWIP free food, whatever you want to call it. I can have this cup of that, unlimited, or I can have this half of cup of avocado oil, which will have SWIPs. It will be sinned. Or this bar of this cup of hot chocolate from the Christmas fair, which I know will contain SWIPs.
But avocado oil, I said you might decide to cook your food in that.
Yeah.
And that's using
Which would be
part
fine.
of one of your healthy whatevers.
Healthy B's, healthy C, healthy extra, whatever.
Yeah.
No, what was it?
Healthy fat.
SWALPS. Yeah, Slimming World Alternative
It's
something.
not, but the thing
bollocks.
is as well, when they pick names to how they're going to have it moving forward, I think it needs to be a catchy name for all of these sections, but
It really
not
does.
that. That just sounds, to me, just sounds absolutely silly.
Thank
Really
you,
silly.
Deborah. You did. You posted it as well. So relieved to see you're doing this. I was hoping to get your views on what's happening.
I do think it sounds silly, just the name, but the
Oh, wow.
SWIPS.
Byron's got some inside info. Good evening, Byron, the vegan loser. By the way, Byron, Aldi have cornichons for 49p a jar. We're going to talk about it on Wednesday, but get yourself to an Aldi.
you don't need to have one of each.
But you do need it to have at least one calcium-rich choice. I can see that does make sense. I really can see that does make sense. You're really struggling with sticking to plan and feeling so ashamed of how I look. Lynn, my darling, don't feel ashamed. Listen, at the end of the day, we've all been bigger, smaller, taller, shorter, fatter, thinner, whatever you want to call it. We've all been very different, right? As a 6'2" trans woman who is about to turn 50 next year. I mean, sorry, about to turn 40 next year.
Do you not think, though, that they're doing all of this just to confuse us even more? This is part of confusion at Slimming World.
She thinks she said... Anyway,
confusion.
Lynn, honestly, my darling, sorry, it wasn't Lynn, was it? Who was it? I was just literally speaking to. God, this is so difficult. Doing
That's
this
the thing, though. You start getting used to like new ways of like new little changes here and there, and then all of a sudden they bring something else in.
Yeah,
change it up a little bit.
I like the fact that if you are vegan and you use nuts and seeds to enhance,
that's good for
to enhance your diet because you can't have fish oil, then absolutely 100%. This is very, very, very good.
But the plan wasn't like, because obviously
it wasn't designed for vegans.
No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
And now a lot more people are either being vegan or choosing that lifestyle.
Yeah.
That now is a good thing, though. Obviously, what about the gluten-free products? There was never that many gluten-free products that you could have.
No.
There was never that many breads and things that you could have, or like I say, or of the other milk choices that are not dairy.
Yeah.
So it's great that they've made all of those changes moving forward, because obviously a lot of people don't have dairy.
I agree with this comment by Neil. All these infantile, cutesy names for adults to use, ridiculous. Yeah, but this is going to get the young'uns in. This is going to attract the young'uns. Absolutely, 100%. The young'uns are coming for this. 100% guaranteed. The young people are going to love using the term SWIPS. And when I say young people, I mean 35-year-olds, because that's who they're lacking. The younger folk, in their early 20s, are never going to join Slimming World. They're going to do Manjaro and whatever's trending on TikTok. That's what they're going to do. Let's be realistic. Slimming World is going to appeal to the late 20s, 30s plus, the mums and the dads and the parent ages of the world. It's basically us 20 years ago is who they're appealing to. They're never going to attract young folk with SWIPS.
Yeah.
Unless they would have been better if they'd called it Swifts, like Taylor Swift. Then we could have all been Swifties, and we would have all, that's it. Slimming World would have taken over the world. Bonkers. But yeah, I do believe that they've added that oil in for that. Yeah. It gets worse, and listen. When I filmed this earlier, I got very angry, so I'm going to try not to get very angry again with this next bit, because new language for a new year. Food optimizing. No change here. That's staying as food optimizing. But they're getting rid of extra easy and extra easy SP. I completely understand that, because we haven't used those words for ages, have we? All it is you follow the plan, or you have an SP day. What are you doing? Are you doing, I'm just following the plan, so I'm having an SD day.
But yeah, like I say, and you can have an SP light just by literally putting more speed veg and things on your plate, more greenery, so stem broccoli, green beans,
This
carrots.
Here, though, they are going to call it food optimizing and food optimizing SP. Just call it SP. You don't need to call it food optimizing. It's the Slimming World plan. I know you're trying to trademark everything, but just call it SP.
It's like they're trying
doing the plan,
they're trying
doing
too hard.
They are.
When
it doesn't need to be that difficult.
No, like I say, this is
take off extra
to confuse
easy.
Everyone.
Because extra easy came in when you had a red and green day, and then in the middle was extra easy, which is the plan we have today. And basically, those were your options: green days and red days. One day you could have meat, one day you didn't. All of this complicated stuff, and you'd forget what day you were on. And on some days it was really restrictive, and on other days, so they brought in extra easy so that we could very happily just follow a simple plan.
Yeah,
brilliant. But now, that at the time it was brought in because you had option A and option B. Option A was green days, red days, and option B was extra easy. And then after a couple of years, I think they phased out red and green days, and they just kept it as extra easy. What they should have done at that point is just slowly dissolved that name. This is just Slimming World plan. This is the plan. Anyway, we've got that now. Food optimizing and food optimizing SP. Body magic is no longer called body magic because, again, infantile. Oh, I'm doing some body magic. No, you're not. You're exercising. I'm doing some body magic. How is that body magic? You got to walk 11 and a half hours to lose a pound. That ain't bloody magic. As a witchy type person and former member, can I just say, of the Junior Magic Circle. Oh, yes, indeed. I had the black and white wand to prove it. I used to be able to do coin magic and the disappearing hankies, all of
We
that.
said that you'd have to maybe like walk every day for like at least a couple of hours.
Yeah, an hour and 45 minutes every single day,
day.
7 days to get you to that, or an hour and a half every day for 7 days to get you to 11 and a half hours, which is what you got to walk to lose.
But bear
a
in
pound.
mind that if you eat a little bit more on some days, that all that effort that you've put in that week, if you're not it may not even show up anyway for all that walking that you might have done, because if you're not, if one week maybe you had a bit more on your plate every day than the week before, all that effort you put in that week may not even show up when you get on a scale.
Exactly.
And you've gone up, wow, I've walked this much all week. I've nearly knackered my shoe, my trainers, and I've done all of this and spent all this time doing it.
For a pound. Whereas you lose more than that if you just concentrate on the diet, the food you put in your mouth. That works.
And then but I'm saying naturally as you progress, then as your weight comes down, you will move more, you'll be able to do more.
Yeah,
and
our BMR, our basal, I think it's called, metabolic rate, following the Slimming World plan, just eat the food, follow the plan, don't mess with it. As Jane says, it works if you work it, the Empress.
Yeah, that's it.
If you work it works.
Yeah.
Follow the plan. Look at us. I'm incapable of doing much exercise because I'm wobbly as all hell. I have to have special shoes. I've got a walking stick. I fall over if I try and do too much. And then the next day I am in bed for 19 hours. I cannot do 2 hours of walking every day. I've still lost 6 stone in less than a year.
Yep.
You, little bit physically more able than me, but you can't walk for 2 hours a day without suffering and your back screaming and everything else being horrendous the next day. I don't think you'd even be able to do 2 hours in one day. Certainly not in one go at all. But you've lost 8 stone in less than a year.
I concentrate 100% on what we eat.
Yeah, it's what we eat. That does it. The body magic, the fitness helps. But anyway, body magic is now being called Slimming World's Active Lifestyle Program. I'm going to call it SWALP. If we have to, use the initials for everything, bearing in mind, Losers Club, lifting ourselves, sharing experiences, and reducing shame. SWALP. I'm going to call it SWALP. Have you done any SWALP today? Have you SWALPed yourself? Because you got to do lots of SWALP with your SWIPS. Swalping SWIPS. Your SWALPs and your SWIPS are the way to go. I know, right?
So no wonder they didn't want to tell us about all these things.
Could you imagine?
Recently.
I know, right? Good Lord. So, to give them their due, I know that this is a reaction to some of the medical industry looking at Slimming World, looking at the plan and going, sins, and maybe turning away from the Slimming World plan, because on the surface, it sounds bonkers. It does work. We can attest to that. It absolutely works. But on the surface, it absolutely sounds bonkers with unlimited free food and all of the rest of it and all of that. So I understand why bringing in the terminology of the Slimming World's Active Lifestyle Program, it sounds like they are encouraging us to walk, be more active, bring, exercise in as part of a healthy living lifestyle, and doing all of that. That's completely on brand. 2025, 2026, going into 2030. Lifestyle is all about lifestyle influences, all of that. I can see
you
that.
will start moving a bit more as the weight drops.
I am more capable of walking now than I was a year ago. I'm still very limited as what I can do, but I'm a little bit less limited than I was. I still can't do everything that, most able-bodied people can do. Image therapy is changing.
It already has changed.
I know, right? But now the name's changing, because obviously it's no longer a therapy session. Now it's just praise the losers. Anyway.
Well, before it was kind of individual check-ins, and now it's not.
I haven't even got to the bit I'm really pissed off about yet. Can you tell I'm scathing about some of these changes? Anyway, image therapy. Image stands for individual motivation and group experience. Okay, fair enough. But we know it's often misunderstood. Well, it wasn't until you changed it, Slimming World. But anyway, to make it clear what happens during your groups, we're renaming it Slimming World Support System. Bullshit. Big capital bullshit. Big steaming, huge, stinky bullshit turd.
The only
bullshit.
people in that group sessions that happen, the only people that are really stand out are the ones that have lost that much, like the most that week. And before we was told that if you didn't, it's a group setting, so anybody can contribute to whatever conversation is happening. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't feel chatty on that day, you don't have to talk. But unless you are the person that lost the most that week, then you will be pointed out and picked out and spoken to.
And that's the thing. So now at group, the person that's lost the most gets the most attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Geraldine.
Yeah.
Geraldine, you've lost £6 this week. Amazing. Well done. How did you do it, Geraldine? Oh, she had a tapeworm and she had... That goes in your gut, in your tummy, doesn't it? Yeah. So she had a tapeworm and she had amoebic dysentery and she was violently poorly both ends. So that's how come she lost that £6 and she wasn't able to eat or drink anything for that whole week. That's how she lost... Well done, everybody. Geraldine's done that.
In the past as well, like I say, I've known people that have gone away, been on holiday, come back, barely eaten anything because they were so active while they were away, but yet no one says, oh, maybe you need to, make sure you're eating a good amount, obviously, because if you're under eating, your body's going to feel like it's going into starvation mode, and then your metabolism and everything slows down. But instead, it was, wow, well done, you've lost £4 this week instead.
Yeah. But
which is not great, is it? It shouldn't be like that.
No, also though, it comes into this thing with, if they're calling it a support system, then you can't just focus on the losers. You can't focus on the people that have lost the weight. You can't leave it, for me as an individual, somebody who has mental health stuff going on sometimes,
That's what I mean.
who has ADHD.
It's not support for everybody, is it?
Neurodivergent. How is that supporting me when it's, if you need any support, raise your hand, just point it out, just ask.
But they see it
I
because...
struggle to speak in a room full of people. As much as I'm a gobby cow on here, in real life, in a room full of people, when everyone's talking, I can't hear. I can't process the sound.
But this isn't about group. This is just for people that want to read it online about what, make it look good.
That's very true. That's very true.
When you're there, it's a completely absolutely different. It's different.
And it isn't a support system if you aren't a consistent loser, losing £2 or £3 every week. If you are losing £0.5, like the Empress, Jane Day, her goal, £0.5 a week every other week, or £0.5 a week every week on average. £2 a month she wants to lose. Perfect for Jane. That's taking it off nice and steady, nice and slow. It's maintainable, it's sustainable, it gets her to her goal. She hasn't got like a massive amount to lose at the moment. She's been on it consistently for 18 months, 2 years, and lost that amount all the way through. Very happy with that. Jane is never going to be picked out at group and go, Jane, how have you lost £0.5? I mean, bizarrely at Jane's group, she's been Slimmer of the Week the last 3 or 4 times. But she isn't going to be one of those people in a group of 30 people, somebody that's losing £0.5 or £1 consistently, very happy with that, losing that regular amount. One of our members, that's her goal as well, to lose a tiny amount each week, slowly chip away. It's not a rush. We're going to do it each week by week, year by year, get to the end goal. That person isn't going to be supported.
No.
That person, been on plan for 3 weeks, lost £0.5 1 week, maintained, isn't bad enough to flag up to the consultant with the new system that, you've gained £6, therefore there's an issue, or you've lost £3-4, therefore you've done something amazing. But that person coming in, starting to struggle for those 2 or 3 weeks, having a maintain, having a slight gain, having a maintain, that person's not going to get that support. They're not going to be flagged up. So I have a major problem with this being called Slimming World Support System, because you aren't supporting the people that need it unless they say, excuse me, teacher, can I please openly confess to the entire group that I am having some food-related issues?
That's the way Slimming World want it, that if anyone, reach out to me if anyone needs any extra support. It's like people don't want to feel like they're in a school classroom.
No. But again, talking about school classroom, we all know at school, when the teacher says, if you're being bullied, come and speak to me privately, I'll make sure it's dealt with and there'll be no repercussions. You know full well in the playground, if you've gone to that teacher and said, excuse me, Jimmy's bullying me, that teacher will pull Jimmy up and say, Jimmy, why are you bullying Geraldine? Stop bullying Geraldine, you're going to go in detention. What will happen in the classroom or on the way home or on the bus to school? You know what will happen. Jimmy will pick on Geraldine. Geraldine will get the name as a scab or a whatever you want to call it. What is it? What is it they call it? Snitches. Snitches get stitches. All of that. You'll get told all of that. It'll make life 10 times worse. This is the similar sort of thing. People don't want to say, excuse me, can I please get some help? You're there. You're at Slimming World. We're going to your group. We're paying you because we need help.
That's it,
If we could lose the weight by ourselves, we wouldn't be paying you £300+ a year to lose the bloody weight. Accept the fact that every single person there, the target members, the big losers, the maintainers, those that are struggling, we all need your help. That's why we're here. If we could do it ourselves, we wouldn't need it. We shouldn't have to say, hello, I need some extra help. That's what we're paying you for, Slimming World. God, I'm annoyed at that. Anyway.
I said, that's why we're here, because like I say,
I know.
we can help educate people a bit.
Yeah.
I think it is really, when you're making your meals and things like that, it's really good to be educated, knowing that you're getting enough protein in your diet, because that is really, really
and the
important.
vegetables and a little bit of healthy fat now, which we can have. So luckily, that's good for us. New year, new material. So there's going to be a brand new book called Essentially Slimming World. Every existing member will receive a copy of our brand new members book in their Between Christmas and New Year group. Now, various places online, they're saying online only members will get this. However, in the losers group, somebody's asked Slimming World direct, and Slimming World have said no. If you are an online member, you won't be getting the
new book,
Essentially Slimming World book. Sorry, we don't care enough about you. If you're an online member, well, you should go to group. You should go and pay a consultant to tell you stuff that they don't know. We've had this conversation, haven't we? Because the consultants don't know how to use the app. They aren't taught that. They don't. We know that because Kimberly down south, amazing YouTuber. She's doing the plan from America of all places. Go and check her video out. I don't know whether she's on the stream. I'll have a look in the comments in a section.
But if they wanted us to work the plan properly and be able to use it properly, they should teach us how to use the app.
Give us the tools that we need, the actual tools.
But you'll find a lot of, whether, consultants are ever taught that, I don't know, but I don't think they do.
No. But there's also going to be an updated magazine, app and website. Now, I've got a sign up there that says no swearing. I've already sworn several times in this. Listen, if you are somebody who is offended by very adult language, I will say love you and leave you, and we will see you on the next Losers Club, which will be Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Okay, so because I'm going to get salty, because I'm very, very, very upset with this next bit, very upset to the point that it's actually almost enough to make me become an online member and to give them as little money as possible, because this next bit has mightily fucked me off, because it is illegal what they are doing, and Slimming World need to be held up. If there is anybody out there connected with disability accessibility charities, you need to be on this, because they need to be held accountable. Slimming World, if you are watching this, damn you, because this is wrong. Your Slimming World app is the place to be. Over the years, more and more people have been using the app to access their midweek motivation. It's their go-to place for these tools, so they can log, track, plan and scan as they go, easily and at their fingertips. Only a very small percentage of members use the web version of the planner, so we'll be retiring it from the website from late October. In a month. By making this change, we can bring you pacier app changes and make your experience simpler, smarter, and even more supportive. Unless you are disabled. Let me explain. What changes will I see? From late October, the food search with the easy-to-use barcode scanner, the daily summary, the option to start and track Body Magic Awards, and the SIMS estimator will be available exclusively on the Slimming World app.
So on your phone.
You'll still be able to access everything else on the website, but not the app. Now, if you don't know what this means, that's everything from the Slimming World bit. If you don't know what this means and why I'm so angry, we have, in the Losers Club community, we have 3 members who are blind or visually impaired, at least. We've got Jane, we've got Shao, and we've got another one. I'm not going to mention the other lady's name because I don't know whether she's open about sort of where she is. But Jane and Shao both are on YouTube and make videos. They're both blind people. They rely on the computer and the software, the text-to-speech or a laptop that speaks or whatever else it is. They rely on that software. A smartphone with a shiny glass screen, which is completely, where am I touching the right spot, is inaccessible for a lot of people with visual problems. A lot of people. We've already had conversations with Jane about, in the old days, Slimming World had a series of CDs available to blind people, but they weren't bookmarkable. If you wanted to find a bit in your page, you had to listen to the whole CD to find the equivalent bit in the book. They don't make the books available in Braille as standard. They don't make them available in large print as standard. You've got to jump through hoops to get that done. Already, that is in contravening or in against the Disability Discrimination Act. The DDA, sorry, I'm just going to rant. The DDA has a bit, I know, get me my soapbox. The DDA has a bit in it specifically that says that companies have to make reasonable accommodations. Arguably, an existing website is a reasonable accommodation, Slimming World. You've already got it in place. You've already put the work in. It's already there. We're not talking about a grade 3, a grade 2, grade 1 listed building installing a lift where you've got to make sure, oh no, it's listed and you've got all of these problems and structurally blah blah blah. We're not talking about that, Slimming World. We're talking about a website you've already got. By removing that facility, you are meaning that blind people will no longer have access to your group. As a private company, that's breaking the law. It's breaking the Disability Discrimination Act. Also, I have issues with my hands sometimes. Because of diabetic neuropathy, sometimes I can't feel my fingertips. Because of the fibro, sometimes my hands are like sausages. My fingers are like sausages. I don't always have the dexterity that I used to. Sometimes I struggle with getting my finger on the right bit to open my phone. It takes me several attempts because my fingerprint isn't quite in the right place. If that was worse for me and I couldn't use a smartphone, you're now inaccessible to me by taking that off the website. Somebody who's maybe an amputee, one arm, will not be able to access that information in the same way. People with Parkinson's or Parkinsonism, like my mum had, who have the shakes. When you're trying to do that on a phone, that's really difficult. Using a smartphone, we had to get mum a specific old style button push phone so that she could at least
bigger buttons,
press the buttons, and bigger buttons. Smaller, don't they? We had to make those adaptations for mum. If she was doing Slimming World today with a smartphone, that glassy phone, she'd be pressing every which way and getting everything that she didn't want while she's trying to find the food optimizing search button. You are breaking the law. You are making this inaccessible for so many people. I am so angry about this. I am completely fucked off because these are your members that are already paying. Shell and, oh God, I'm on a rant.
They go to groups, but they also enjoy the plan.
And Shell and Jane
been on the plan for quite some time.
Shell and Jane are some of your biggest supporters, Slimming World. They have made videos supporting you, promoting you, bigging you up every which way. This is, I am disgusted by this. Anybody who is disabled in any way, who isn't fully able-bodied, that struggles to use a smartphone is now going to be disenfranchised by this action. You are making it so, if my eyesight went, with my diabetes, I started to have problems with my eyesight. We're still going through laser surgery to try and save that. If the worst happened and I ended up losing the majority of my eyesight or all of my eyesight, if that ever happens, I would now rely on Ruffus, which means you've taken away my autonomy as well. You've made something that is currently accessible less accessible. And as far as I am concerned, that is illegal under the DDA. I am sorry if you're watching this. I'll get to the comments. I'm sorry if you're watching this and I've upset you by saying all of this. But Slimming World, this is disgusting. This is worse than making the group changes the way they do, because you are now stopping people that already have a hell of a lot of barriers to health, a hell of a lot of barriers to healthy lifestyles, and a hell of a lot of barriers to getting weight loss support. You're adding more layers in, and that is fucking wrong. Calm. Sorry, I'm so angry at this. It's so wrong. It really, really is. And it's not something that directly affects me at the moment. So I probably shouldn't be getting as angry as I am. But I know that it's affecting my friends. This is disgusting. This is illegal. I really hope if there's somebody out there from a disability access charity that you can take Slimming World on, because they need to be held to account for this. This is literally making me want to say, screw you, screw your awards, screw your certificates, take your $5.95 a month and shove it where the sun don't shine.
They seem to make a lot of changes until things go wrong, and then they're like, oh, let us fix this now, because that's exactly what will happen. You know, that if no one kicks up a fuss about any of it, they'll just carry on the way they're going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right, let's have a look at
because like I say, they're just going for the majority of the people that I feel, the people that they target, I think, are usually the women that are going on holiday, put a little bit of weight back on, need to get some more weight off before their next holiday.
Kimberly's here in the chat.
And yeah, but I'm saying that they tend to target, I think, a lot of, middle-aged mums that are, just got that, need to lose that little bit of weight here and there, and that's the majority of the people that they do have at Slimming World.
Well, especially because it does seem to be that every September we get the group new member chat for everybody, because obviously the kids have gone back to school, so there is that focus on that, which fair enough. If that's the majority of your clients, then fair enough. But you cannot disenfranchise a whole group of people. You can't do it. It's illegal. It's illegal. This isn't Trump's America. This is the UK, where we've still got some rights. The DDA is in place. I am disgusted. And sorry to the Americans out there. I'm not saying in any way, shape or form that this isn't a place for politics, but I am really upset with this. Really, really upset. I got angry earlier as well, didn't I? SWIPS and SWALPS. Yep, exactly. Leslie Turrell, what do you think about the changes being made after the original owner's passing? And Val says, strange how they've waited until Margaret passed to bring this in. Yep. Apparently she was on board with it.
Well, that's
so they're saying, yeah, but apparently she was on board with it. They do say that, or I've heard it said that she wasn't as hands-on in the last few years with Slimming World, because she had other businesses that she was focusing on. Bearing in mind she was in her 70s at that point, so she'd largely stepped away from the day-to-day business side. I can understand why they would bring some of these changes in as a company to rebrand, to do that relaunching, to use that, moving into that healthy, holistic sort of field, that, Holland and Barrett, all of that sort of range of not just doing vegan food but lifestyle food. And I can see Slimming World going into that same marketplace, and that this is very much an aim for that. But Kimberly says, I kind of like not saying therapy as far as verbiage, but the new name seems too wordy. If support was really support, I would stay behind it. Exactly. Look what Oprah Winfrey did to Weight Watchers. She changed all these things, including the names, and then brought in GLP-1s, and now they're struggling. I didn't know that was Oprah's. Well, she dumped it, didn't she? Did all that and dumped it. Audrey doesn't like the new group. You put on 2.5 pounds and nothing happens. Exactly. These changes sound interesting, says Kimberly. Karen, online members aren't getting the new books. This is exactly what I think you posted it in the thing. That's disgusting. You're still paying. Online members are still paying. But what that means is, if you go to face-to-face group, you get the new books, or that stockpile of the old books, they'll just give to the online members, because disgusting. Kimberly says, yes, RC, you know they're taking things off the website, but it will still be in the app.
The thing is, though,
If they
people
take the
online,
search
though, they
off, you
still
won't
want
keep the
you
app.
to carry on paying for it, don't they?
Yeah.
But they don't want to send you the updates.
No. Kimberly wants the books. You'll be ringing them about that. Okay. It seems that Slimming will be happy to take online members' money, but reducing what's available. Yep. If they take those, I will cancel the app membership. They're going to be on the app, not the website. Hi, Crystal Rose. Do you think they're trying to eliminate in-person groups and pushing people to the app? No, I think they actually want the opposite. I think they want people to go to in-person groups to pay their consultants, because I think a lot of people were moving to the online model because it is, if you've got a grasp of the plan, you can do all of that. The consultants don't teach us about the app.
But I said a lot of people.
They say, "Oh, that's on the app. This is on the app. That's on the app," but they don't teach us.
A lot of people have found that people that are going to groups seems like less and less since the changes have happened. There's some people you'll be going to group and find, well, there's a few people that definitely haven't been in the last few weeks, and it's like,
have
they gone to another group or have they left?
John Mouse said she has hand dexterity issues some days. Using a smartphone is really painful.
Yeah.
If you've got arthritis, another thing, lots of people have arthritis and find it difficult to use that dexterity to use an app. It's a lot easier to type one-fingered on a keyboard and move a mouse around than it is to use a tiny little app. People that are just getting older and their eyesight is slightly failing, or that might not be able to afford a new prescription in glasses, that struggle. So many people this is going to affect without them even realising. Do you really hope someone from Slimming World HQ sees this? Oh, thank you, Karen. You do want them to fix it. Exactly. You'll watch the rest when you get home. Kids are coming to the bus. Okay, my darling. We've only their word for that. What's that, Val? That things are going to stay equal. I listen. I hope that Slimming World takes this time to reflect and to realise that they are doing a disservice to their members. At the same time, I sincerely hope those of us that have additional needs, whatever level of additional needs that is, I hope that those of us that do contact some disability charities. I'm certainly going to be looking at this over the next couple of days, and reach out to Slimming World. I'll be ringing them tomorrow. I'll be ringing Slimming World HQ tomorrow. You've got surgery tomorrow, you have to go in and do that. Yeah. Whilst I'm sat fretting with you being on the table, getting your neck sliced open. I'll be having a bit of a
sleep.
I know, right?
Lovely.
You will. But whilst I'm fretting and I've got all that pent up energy, I'll be ringing that there Slimming World. There's a reason they used to call me Hurricane Lisa, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because once I get going, and this is a bee in my bonnet. So I'll hopefully update you all on Wednesday at the Losers Club as to what Slimming World says. If somebody from Slimming World is watching, my contact details are on the website. You can reach out to us at health@beyondauthentic.co.uk or inquiries at beyondauthentic.co.uk. I don't think anybody will. I have made a name for myself already in our group from being a gobby cow, and that isn't going to change, because I think this is absolutely wrong and I think this is disgusting. But there you go. That's the changes.
Should be equal rights for everybody, not just people that can see, and like I say, even people that got hearing issues and stuff. Even like I say, they have issues when they've been to support groups as well. Exactly.
Ed says it all comes down to money. They want to, they don't want to spend it, and they want people's money. Well, this is what I said to Jane, because I spoke to Jane earlier on today, and I said there is a financial factor with Slimming World and with the website. If you are in the social media world and you have an app, you can update apps. Normally the front end or the back end for updating an app, the back end is quite easy to update. You go on a site, you can type in, or you can, copy and paste all of that, the text from your lovely document, put it on there, put some lovely pictures on, there's your article. It takes moments if you've got that already existing. If it doesn't already exist, type, a few minutes. With things like the SIN calculator, it's probably a bit more complicated, but the app will be easier to update than the website. The fact is the app software and the website software will be using completely different systems, completely different operating languages to run. So it isn't a case of, from our perspective, looking at it from the outside, they've got a front page, a cover. Everything we see when we look at a website or when we look at an app is basically a filter. We're all looking at it. Like right now, as you're looking at us, for those of you that can, you can see we've got a border around the top of the screen with red and black, which are our colours. And it says here, documenting our weight loss journey. We've got a logo. None of that's really here. But there is some software in the background that is making all of this look a certain way. The content we're producing behind is us. Slimming World apps work the same way. There is like a front designy thing where you've got this as a top layer. All the stuff behind is very complicated. The software, the technology that produces the information, that content, is a different language on the apps than it is on most websites. A lot of them are integrating, but that costs money to integrate. And the Slimming World website has been a bit clunky for a long time, let's be honest. And every time they've done an app update, it takes a little while for things to come through. We've often said, haven't we, you found the Mexican burgers on the app really quickly, but they weren't on the little ones, but they weren't on the website yet.
Yeah, barcode weren't on there for a little while, and the new update of new items that have come on to the Sins weren't on.
It wasn't on there either.
No, weren't on there.
But in the background, they've updated the app. They just haven't updated the website bit of it yet and made that information available. So you can see there's a delay.
So that might go on there next month.
Yeah,
whatever,
probably.
But for now, no.
And the reason for that is because they'll have one person doing the app and another team doing the website. It could be the same people, but they can't do it simultaneously. It's two different languages that they operate in. And it's not like a Google Translate where you can just pull this through and stick it on there. It takes a bit of time to translate that information. So I can understand if you've got a complicated app and a complicated website, if you can streamline those, why not? Unless your users are paying for that service. And the thing is, all of the disabled users that use Slimming World are paying for that service.
But for them, are a small number of people, and maybe that doesn't bother them.
Maybe they don't care. They've probably crunched the numbers and think, oh, wow, if that 1.5% of people disappear, then, oh, wow, we're going to get all these new young'uns coming in with SWIPS and SWALPS. They're all going to come through, running through the door. Oh, we're Swippies. Yeah, pardon my sarcasm. Yeah, pardon my swips. So yeah, Dormouse, I wonder how many understand Slimming World in its current form, choose not to renew membership and just work the plan based on their knowledge. Well, we're having that conversation now, especially now. We're literally having that conversation. You can stick to what you're doing because it works. You know it does. Carry on and quit spending your weekly fees and protest with your purse. This is exactly what we are thinking of, Julie C.
Yep.
Cacciatolo. I know I got it right, didn't I? Oh! This is exactly what we're thinking of at the moment, is that perhaps maybe one of us will stick to group just so that we've got that sort of information, and because we do use the app, we do use it to scan products, and if I'm having a wibbly day, you scan it in the supermarket for us. I'll go, just scan that for us. So yeah, anyway, that's the update on everything. Those are our opinions. Sorry we got a bit feisty. I got a bit feisty. You were just as upset, but I tend to be a lot more gothy. Don't I?
Yeah, like I say, they just need to be more inclusive, and obviously they haven't given any thought to those people.
I think they have.
A small percentage of people that...
I think they have. I think they really have given it thought, and I think what they've done is gone, the cost for keeping a website for the limited number of disabled users or the limited number of users that use it compared to everybody using the app. That cost is probably quite high on a yearly account.
For a small percentage of people.
For a small percent of users. Not forgetting how important it is for that small percent of users. But again, Slimming World is a corporate entity and they will go where the money is. And on that bombshell, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining us on this unexpected live. We weren't expecting to go live today, were we?
No.
But there you go. I've
got to get packed for my holiday.
You've got Your holiday in the hospital. It's a
I know,
holiday
right, I
from
know,
me.
right, overnight. I know,
And me
just
going,
overnight.
blah, blah, blah. I know, right? It's a whole holiday from me, isn't it? But anyway,
Well, just overnight, and then
Yeah.
I say I might get better sleep afterwards, hopefully.
yeah. Karen says your group says only 2% of members use the website. That 2% may be all the disabled members they've got, and they're all going to be incredibly disenfranchised with this. But anyway, I am yet again incredibly disappointed.
I
But
said a lot. I think people
not
used to
surprised.
use the website, but I said when we rejoined, we'd used the app previously, so we'd come back and then use the app.
Mhm.
But then I think a lot of people that use the app on your phone forget about the website unless there's a reason why you need to use that.
Yeah, absolutely. Same with me, Audrey. Same with me. My group is my social outing. I'm only out once a week unless Hubs or I have appointments. Exactly that for me as well. That is my life. The only time I tend to put my face on is when I'm going to go live on a camera or when I'm going to Slimming World. It's the only time I put anything new clothing on. Because it's literally, I'll sit and wear older, baggier t-shirts around the house and I'll put something on a little bit more fitted or a little bit more, in my size to go to group. Because again, it's that thing of, look how much I'm losing.
Yeah.
You can't see that on camera. Nobody else can see. We go from Slimming World to Lidl to do our shopping. I might go one more day, go shopping. But then for me, that's it. That's literally, unless we are taking the dogs up to the park and meeting our friend Ed and Annie, the pup.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't go out. I don't socialise. I don't do those things. So Slimming World is the only one. So there we go. They all count. They really do. They really do. Thank you, Val. Val says good luck for tomorrow, Rufus.
Oh, thank you.
Lisa, no burning the midnight oil with Lego when Rufus has his holiday. There will be a bit of Lego. I'm going to the Lego store tomorrow after I drop Rufus at the hospital. So we'll be getting you all settled in, won't we?
Yeah.
And then I'll be going to the Lego shop. I've got some specific faces
Oh, it's not
in
too
mind.
far from there anyway,
No,
is it?
exactly. Deborah says it's only over the road, so that's why you go. Well, there you go. You see, if it was only over the road, I'd probably go as well.
We used to have our
ours was
just
only
down,
over the road. That's
literally
where we
across the
joined.
road. It wasn't only like 2-3 minute walking
It
down
was.
the road. Yeah.
And now it's a walk up a hill, which some days I just can't do. So I haven't weighed in yet today. I will be weighing in. Oh no, I'm not weighing
No,
in
you're
tomorrow,
not weighing
am I?
in. They put you down for a holiday.
Yeah, they
this
put me
week.
down for a holiday this week. So
I said
we will be
before,
back.
Well, it just shows you how your mindset is now. Because before you would have gone, no, I have to weigh in.
Yeah, and these
And
days,
now
it's just how we eat. It's how we live.
This is what we eat. This is what we keep
Evening,
indoors,
Luke John.
yeah.
We've just finished, my darling. Have a watch. Yeah, we're just going to leave.
Yeah.
All right, my darling, you've finished work. We haven't watched your video on it yet. I've literally just seen that it had come up. And who else? There was another video. Back to Basics.
Back to Basics, yeah.
I put a video up, so I'm going to go and watch those now.
Those.
We'd already filmed a version of this that I was going to edit, but I don't need to now. So there you go.
It's
Been a feisty live. I know I've sworn several times YouTube is going to cripple me for that, but I'm so angry. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts, please, in the comments section. And Slimming World, if you're watching, I've already given you the email address. Explain yourselves. I'll be ringing you tomorrow. Anyway, we'll see you all again very soon. And as we always say, whatever else you're doing in life, stay authentic and happy slimming.
Happy slimming.
But maybe not with Slimming World. Who can
Here
say?
with us every week.
Yeah, no, let's not put that out into the universe. We're not ready to do online groups and things yet like that. But anyway, we will be with you very, very, very soon on
2
Wednesday.
days.
All being well,
Yep.
we'll both be here.
Yeah.
If Rufus is
I should be back.
delayed for
Yeah.
whatever reason or anything
Yeah,
else happens,
I
then
should be home Wednesday lunchtime.
yeah,
All be well.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And I will see you all very soon. And as we always say, I've said that bit, but as we always
You
say,
have.
stay authentic and
Happy slimming.
happy slimming. See you soon.